The Resurgence of Entrepreneurialism. That's a mouthful. This is Bill Moist. Basically, people want their own business. They want to have more control of their own destiny. So I get that. I started my first business when I was 6 years old. And growing up, I had lots of business through grade school, high school, college. In fact, I graduated with a degree in accounting because I wanted the tools of business. But it was with great disappointment that when I found my first job as an accountant paid less than my part-time job I had as a student in my own business. So here's some interesting facts. In the 1900s, early 1900s, 93% of the Americans owned their own business. They were craftsmen, tradesmen, shop owner, farmers. They all had some kind of a little business that they provided for with their family. Today, only 9% of Americans own their own business. So what's changed in the last 100 plus years? Well, the industrial revolution required lots of factory workers, and so the public school system was instituted in part to create factory workers. Then once the demand for factory workers dropped, we started having higher demand for office workers. And so now our public school system turns out office workers. So there is a resurgence, though, of those who want to have their own business, who want to experience the joys and challenges of entrepreneurialism. So recently I've come in contact with 5 organizations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area who support entrepreneurs. The first is a nonprofit, and what they do is they actually provide training material, classroom material to public schools that want to teach their kids what it's like to start a business and some of the basics, which is pretty exciting. They focus largely on low-income areas because that may be their only hope of escaping poverty. The next is a group called Target Revolution. And this is started by a lovely lady who saw the need for entrepreneurial training and for people who want to start their own business. And she found there was basically no money to start her own business, so she started a college. And in that college, you end up you get training, plus at the end of it, you now have a business. You do business cards, marketing plans, brochures. You actually have an office and start your business before you graduate. The third is the Genius Den in Dallas, and that's a business incubator, and they're helping new business owners launch their business. The fourth is the Empire Development Group, and they're in Keller, Texas, and they also encourage and support small business owners and those who want to start. And the fifth is the Dallas Dealmakers Club, and they help startups find funding. So there wouldn't be 5 local groups if there wasn't a growing desire for people to own their own businesses. And I would say in part that's due to the lack of respect by corporate America for their employees. That's convinced many people that the day when they could take a job and only make a couple career path changes and survive their whole career is over with. Everybody knows that business has changed so fast, technology changed so fast that lifetime employment is almost over. So one last story. I met a man from Pakistan who was a software engineer. Finished up his career with Microsoft. He had almost 20 years in software engineering, which is a pretty good career these days, big demand. However, he said what happened was they would be training people from India to do their job, and in about 5 years they could do their job, and eventually they worked themselves out of a job. And so when I met him, he was running a lab, a medical lab, testing lab, and he said he was happier than ever. In fact, he encouraged his daughter, who was just graduating, to start her own business. So, the resurgence of entrepreneurialism is great, as many more people want to take control of their own destinies. However, jumping out of that corporate cocoon can be scary. It's already scary. Number one, the big problem is where's the support? Well, I mentioned some groups here where they give us the support. But the other concern is where is the funding? And so there is a new, powerful, effective way that we can raise any amount of money for any cause we have, and it's called crowdfunding. and it's really the idea is we're getting a little bit of money from a lot of people. Just Google crowdfunding, and you'll see that there's countless examples of people whose lives are changed by crowdfunding. So I encourage you to look at this wonderful, new, powerful method of getting money, which has been approved by the Congress. And you can go to modernfundraising.info for more information. Again, that's modernfundraising.info. Again, this is Bill Moyce. We discussed the resurgence of entrepreneurialism in America, and I think it's a wonderful thing to happen. So we'll see you next time.